want you to do when you see them pop up on the screen, hold your home button, right? Go to the game, turn off, power it off, and it's a 100 success rate. Go catch you a movie, grab some popcorn, enjoy your day. This game not serious. That's the best way to fight against people that do key blast spam. How to be meta and sparking 0, aka anti-meta. A lot of people complain about the cheese in this game, and let's be honest and let's be frank, it's a high chance the cheese gonna stay. It's here to stay, okay? So you need to learn how to fight the metas in the game so that you have an easier time. It won't be the you know, all in all solution and make the fight easier, but it will help you compete so that you don't have to get upset and frustrated about fighting these people. So first thing I want to talk about is WoW Sense and afterimage. Sorry, the training mode in this game sucks, so I can't really force Gogeta to keep spamming WoW Sense. So you just gotta trust me on this one, okay? I don't have a second controller or anything, so you just gotta trust me on this one, okay? When it comes to WoW Sense, it only get activated when you throw a punch at somebody, right? The first punch you throw, it activates. Doesn't matter what it is. The moment your character punch him, he automatically disappear and kick you. You know somebody got to activate it because it does a quote at the bottom. Whether they say dimwit, which is what Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta does, or moron like Ultimate Gohan, it's here, okay? So what you got to do is, one, key blast beat anything in this game that auto teleport. So if you need to get some chippies in, do that, okay? But the way you want to handle WoW Sense and afterimage is you want to bait it. So basically, what you need to do, unless they on the aggressive, if they be in the aggressive one, then hey, you just gotta Z counter that mug, okay? If you see that they drop 2 skill gauges in the top right by the name, you gotta be super aware. When you see it drop down by 2, you need to know they gotta activate it. And if they being aggressive towards you, you need to be ready to Z counter it. If you don't know what Z counter is vanishing. You got to be ready to time that mug and vanish, okay? That's the simplest way to deal with WoW Sense. You can always vanish it, right? If you know they got to activate it, then you already know to anticipate it and be ready to vanish it, okay? But if you want to bait it out because you're on the offensive, all you got to do is, when you're close up, punch them once and then immediately press your guard button to vanish. This does use key. It sucks since this game is all about who has the most key wins the fight. It's kind of telegraphed that way, but that's how you get around WoW Sense. If you know they gotta activate it, you want to immediately press the vanish button right after you throw a punch, which is the guard button. If people don't know, whatever your guard button is, that's how you vanish. So you press your light attack and then you immediately press it to vanish. When you throw that first punch, it automatically gonna trigger their WoW Sense, but because you vanished with your R1, you're gonna be behind their WoW Sense. So they gonna vanish after you punch them, and then you gonna be behind them because you just vanished right after, and you're gonna be ready to get them back shots. Basically, you're gonna be ready to get them back shots. Now you're probably wondering, okay, what if I'm far away from them? Some people don't know this, and it's probably the best way to approach people in high tier ranked matches. When you dash out to somebody like this, you do not want to press square to do that heavy attack that your character does. Simply because in this game, it doesn't connect with your regular combos. The stagger not long enough to connect. So the moment you do that attack, people are easily able to just spam the perception button to sonic sway you, or to block you, or to super counter you, or perception you. They're able to counter, okay? There's an open hold here. When I do this, Gogeta can easily counter me, and I'm pretty sure it happens to y'all plenty of time for y'all punch somebody, and then y'all like, how they get a sonic sway off when I punch them? The stagger not long enough. So the way you should be approach people in this game is, unless you just hit them away from they still catch you. What you want to do is, when you dash up to them with the dragon dash, you want to press the block button to cancel it right before you get to them, so you can do a standard combo on them. So what you'll do is just dash up, press the block button, and then you get a regular combo in. That is the pro thing to do. You get more damage output out of that, and you don't have to expect them countering you. And that helps you charge in with more caution. So if they are a person that's spamming perception all day, you can really get to them, be ready to adapt. If you see them spamming it, now you can sway over or throw them or throw key blasts for you inch in for your combo, etc., etc. Multiple different options. But you want to do that, block, and then punch, And if they got Wild Sense on, then all you do is dash to them, block, press R1 right after your first punch, baiting out the Wild Sense. You don't have to worry about it. And now they wasted 2 skill gauges for no reason because the Wild Sense didn't work. And you want to do this because people like Gogeta and UI Goku, I don't know why Goku is like sizing this man up. You better relax, Goku. What type of bug is that? But you want to do this because Wild Sense, when they hit you with it, it basically does 3,000 damage, which is a lot of health from your health bar, okay? You don't want to be thrown in that situation, and because they hit you with a back shot with it, they can immediately follow up with like a Kamehameha, and you're not able to block it. You are forced into a skill check of you have to vanish it. And I do it plenty of times. Your opponent, I'm pretty sure they did it plenty of times. You open ultimate impact and stuff. You don't want to be in that situation. So always remember that. Always pay attention to your character if your opponent got Wild Sense or afterimage on. Giants. I know they're a bane of everybody's existence, but I'm going to tell you something that makes Giants super easy and it forced them to skill check. And because they're so used to being big bodies and kind of brain dead with their gameplay style, most people are not skilled with Giants. They just spam the R2XX. They spam the Dragon Dash rush at you. Easiest way to fight Giants in this game. I'm not going to tell you, I won't tell you the other stuff, but I'm not going to tell you the usual, you know, things people usually tell you. Either way to fight a Giant is, you want to try to get behind them as possible. So you want to press, punch once and get behind them with the teleport, right? Once you're behind them, I mean, you could punch them in the front, but you want to get on the least options as possible, right? Once you get to their backs, punching them, you want to punch 5 times and then move forward and punch 5 times again. Do not press. It's like when you usually do your little 5 swears, then X, you know, you on a regular person, when you dash forward, you do the 5 swears and then you dash forward X. Don't press the X, okay? Do not dash forward. Just move forward manually and then press the 5 swears again. This will put you in an infinite loop against them and they can't do nothing about it. They will literally have to do a super counter to get out of it, okay? So that's the trick on beating up on Giants. Just 5 swears and then move forward. That's the infinite loop, and you just want to keep doing that non-stop. That's the best way to fight them. And unless they super counter you and get your timing down pat, they're just gonna get beat up, okay? Another one is the obvious that I'm finna tell you. Go Sparking gives you the infinite combo loop. So if you're in Sparking, just mash it, they get flinched, and unless they super counter, you just beat them up. Use somebody that has an ultimate that got a blast, like Ayu Kamehameha, or use somebody that got any blast in general, like Kamehameha. Yeah, Kamehameha, or, you know, Masenko, or Galley Gun, anything like that. Because you already know rush supers don't do anything. Another thing is, some people got charged key blasts that stun goddamn Giants, like Trunks, for example. Trunks got the unblockable slash tag that actually stagger Giants, so you can spam that if you're a Trunks main or Tapion main, something like that. But also too, another way against Giants is just same thing, spamming key blast. When you in your max key Sparking, your key blast does stun them and stagger them. You can just spam this. Those are the easiest way to deal with Giants, okay? If you're dealing with issues with the Giant keep rushing you with that rush attack, there's 3 things you can do. You can super perception, but that wastes a skill gauge. I don't recommend it unless you're in a tight situation, but you can super perception when they're doing that rush attack on you nonstop. It uses a skill gauge, but it'll give you advantage to try to do something, right? Super counter, get the timing down pack. You can super counter, they doing their rush attacks. And third thing is Z counter, you can vanish it. Those 3 things. It's timing, but I mean, I'm pretty sure you get the timing down pack when they just keep rushing you nonstop over and over and over again. So yeah. Last but not least, Dragon Rushes. Giants have a hard time timing their vanishes when you're doing the vanish wars. So, because they how big their body is. So, if you want to send a body flying, send a body flying, you know? One more thing that I see a lot of people doing against Giants that they make the mistake of. If you're going to get someone like a Giant that's just spamming a charge swear attack like this, with Goku, for example, they be doing that, right? Whenever you see a Giant glowing white, that means they're doing the whole swear attack, right? Usually, people that doing that, they're doing the charge up or charge down one, right? So you need to learn how to block high and block low. I went into Dr. Willow that was spamming the charge swear down combo, and I beat him simply because I started blocking high, and every time he tried to do it, I blocked high and staggered him. He didn't know what to do after that, and I just started beating him up. So learn how to do your block highs and block lows against Giants, because a lot of them be doing that whole swear up slam or down slam. So pay attention to that. All right, after image strike, I'm pretty sure y'all should already know how to fight this, but I'm going to reiterate it. After image strike, when someone got activated for 15 seconds, yes, for 15 seconds, they auto dodge every melee attack. It doesn't matter if it's regular swears, it don't matter if you do triangles, it doesn't matter if it's a charged up swear like this, they auto vanish. Doesn't matter if you're in a vanish war, it auto vanishes. So the best way to fight somebody using after image is to stall the 15 seconds out until it's over with. You can beat somebody to count in your head, or just do your damage like usual, and you'll notice when it goes off eventually. So best thing to do is spam key blasters. That's part of the meta in this game anyway, so I doubt that's anything that gonna surprise anybody. Go max power. While in max power, spam key blasters non-stop to add pressure on them. Or when you're in max power, if you don't want to be a person that spam key blasters because you just got some honor or something, whenever you get close to him, every time he vanishes after image strike, just spam your guard button. So you teleport every time you punch him once, because every time you punch him once, he's gonna vanish, and just keep doing this non-stop in your sparking, and you'll waste the time of the 15 seconds. You do this in your regular state, but I do not recommend this outside of sparking, because again, this game is a game about resources. Whoever has the most key is more likely to win the whole match. So I only recommend that if you're in max sparking. Your whole sparking stays on for 18 seconds, in case people didn't know. Sparking stays on for 18 seconds. After image strike only stays on for 15 seconds. So if you can stall them out to the very end, you'll have 3 seconds left in your sparking to still pop your ultimate. So utilize that information. So that's all you can redo against after image strike. The other things you can do is perception. Any counter in this game goes against after image strike. So if he's trying to punch you, and what you gonna try to, when they got it, they're very aggressive. When he got after image strike on, he's gonna be trying to do as much as he can in 15 seconds. So if you can just counter and sway him off with defenses, you're pretty good. So doing this, he don't teleport it, he get punched in the stomach, but if you try to punch him afterwards, he will vanish automatically after image strike. So you want to make sure you're doing counter. You want to make sure you're doing super counter. So if he punches you, super counter, send him away. He will not vanish it. After image strike, do not vanish any counters. Same thing with revenge counter, I'm pretty sure. And the last thing that works is throws. After image strike cannot vanish throws, so you could key blast, get close to him, and then immediately throw him away. Throw him away is pretty good because you're wasting the 15 seconds. That's your whole point, to waste a 15 seconds. Some may be like, why Ginyu on this list? Yes, Ginyu is part of the meta. You will see a lot of players that choosing Ginyu because they're tired of fighting against Super Saiyan 4 Gojitas and UI Gokus and Jirens and Brolys. So they will pick Ginyu on purpose so that they can swap bodies with you. Some people don't know there's a catch-up mechanic in this game. When you're getting beat up and taking damage, you get skill gauges. If you pay attention while I'm beating up on Ginyu, I don't know if it'll work in training mode, but we're gonna see. We're gonna see. But in this game, when you take damage, you get skill gauges back quicker. If you lose a health bar, the automatically give you 1 full skill gauge. Right? You see, Ginyu, it went the bar went up quicker because I was doing damage to him, right? So Ginyu players, they will fight their best, but they know they just wasting time so they can swap bodies with you. So some of them will even hold back on purpose because they want you to do much damage to them so they can use their ultimate to change bodies with you. Ginyu does have an ult that is unblockable, so he can easily lock you down with key blasters and then pop his ult, or just get close to your face and do it and hope, you know, skill check you basically. If you don't vanish it, he swap bodies with you. So people may not like the way to fight Ginyu in this game, but I just recommend it. It's pretty easy win. It's an easy dub. It's a kind of 100% win rate if you do the strat I'm going to tell you right now to fight Ginyu. What you want to do against Ginyu players? I did it before. Some people may say it's scummy, but it is what it is. I was with Super Saiyan. I was fighting in high tier ranks with Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta when I was caring about my rank and whatnot. And I went into Ginyu player. I knew what his plan was. Since I know about the catch-up system in this game, about when you get beat up, you get skill gauges, I purposely didn't fight the Ginyu player. I know his advantage is to have less health than me, so he can swap bodies with me, so he can get the advantage because he have the higher tier character when swap bodies with me. And if you're not a person that know how to fight with Ginyu, you're at a disadvantage, and Gogeta counter carries with anybody in anybody's hands, right? So what I did was I got beat up on purpose. I wanted to make sure my health was lower than his, so he can really think about should he swap bodies with me, right? So he beating me up. I got less health than him because I got an extra health bar, so it don't bother me. And I know when I lose a health bar, I get skill gauges. So I purposely got beat up until my health was lower than his. Now, because he was beating me up and I didn't do no damage to him, He didn't have the skill gauges he need to just go max instant spark with his skill gauges. He didn't have it. While I did, because I was getting beat up and I had more health than him, so I got extra skill gauge for getting beat up. I gained no loss net in that fight because I had a whole extra health bar to fall back on. And I know I do more damage to him, and I know he do less damage to me. So I got my sparking, instant spark. I hit him away, went instant spark, and because he's not a strong character, I went up to him with freaking Gogeta, whooped his ass, used my ultimate, and killed him. And he couldn't do nothing about it because he never got an instant spark in time to swap bodies with me, and I had less health than him, so he didn't really have to gain up from me. He probably thought it was an easy dub, and I teed up. I started the fight like I was a scrub, and then once my health got less than him, and I seen I had way more skill gauges, I teed up. I went instant spark, beat him up, key blasted, beat him up, sent him flying, used my big bang, Kamehameha ult, and that was it. The match over with. My ultimate does insane damage because I'm freaking Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. He's freaking Ginyu. The tier list and unbalanced in this game. I took advantage of it. So that's the best way to fight a Ginyu player. I do not recommend trying to hurry up and do the beat a turtle, not the hare, the rabbit, okay? Slow and steady wins the race. When you fight as a Ginyu player, you do not want to be like, oh, I need to hurry up and kill him because I know what his plan is. Because the moment he went one Vanish War against you, he fit to goddamn use his instant spark, and now you gotta worry about can you goddamn skill check and vanish the body change. So why put yourself in that predicament if you just get beat up by the Ginyu, have less health than him to make him think about should he swap bodies with you, and then just tee up on him and turn instant spark and one shot him with your ult because he got so little health and he a low tier character. Be smart, be smart, be smart. If you a 10 DP character against a 4 DP character, don't overexert yourself for no reason. It's a strategy game, okay? Post Alchemist, almost forgot, Kefla. Best way to dodge Kefla freaking ult strat. When she go full power, then she just get behind you and then do her ultimate move because it's a explosive wave that starts it. All you want to do is strafe to the left or right, doesn't matter which direction. Treat it like it's a dragon dash situation where you strafe to the left or right, and when they dragon dash, you do the little side step situation so you can get blocked onto them or behind them. You want to do the same thing with Kefla. You want to strafe to the left or right, and when she get behind you, because you're strafing, your character is automatically auto-locking on her while you're doing your strafe. The reason you get hit by Kefla, I said Heifer, that's what I be calling her in the match. Anyway, the reason why you get hit by Kefla is because when she get behind you, your character is still trying to auto-correct to turn towards her because she's finna fight you, right? So that's why the ultimate seems like it's unblockable, but it is blockable. So when you're strafing, it auto-locks onto her when she does the dragon dash, so she can't get behind you. She gonna do the little dragon dash behind you because you're strafing. Your character already auto-corrected, and all you gotta do is hold the block button when her animation starts. The moment her animation starts, just hold the block button and your character will block it all the time. 100% success rate, okay? If you don't want to do the strafing, you can dragon dash to the right or left and just keep going in that direction. And if she try to do the little rocket thing behind you, dragon dash behind you, whatever, she will miss. If she dragon dash behind you, then just immediately pop it while you're dragon dashing in a certain direction. You will keep going and you will dodge the whole explosive wave in general. But yeah, that's how you deal with Kefla. Last but not least, the key blast spam. When you go against somebody like Broly or Jiren or Beerus, they got an unblockable ult and they spamming key blasts when they in max spark. The only 100% way to fight them is simple. What I want you to do when you see them pop up on the screen, hold your home button, right? Go to the game, turn off, power it off, and it's a 100 success rate. Go catch you a movie, grab some popcorn, enjoy your day. This game not serious. That's the best way to fight against people that do key blast spam. There's no alternative. Have a great day. Love you guys. Appreciate you as always. Until next time, stay up. Okay, jokes aside. Key blast spam is part of the cheese in the game that most people can do. Even if you don't have an unblockable ult, it's just part of the game, okay? To deal with key blast spam in this game, the best way to do it is very oppressive, but the best way to do it is to go sparking with them. When you're in sparking mode, key blasters bounce off of you, right? Key blasters bounce off of you in spark mode. So basically, you gotta match their energy. Now, I know that's hard to do because if they win the Vanish War, they get the uptime to transform. So you just gotta hope that you get out of you recover quick enough from the Vanish War and get a chance to pop your freaking sparking before they rush at you. That's the best answer, right? If you can't go sparking, the best thing to do is to backpedal and hold the guard button. Backpedal. Because the one thing you don't want is him getting close enough to be able to do his 360s around you to do damage. The moment he get close enough to you with the Ki Blast, the only option you got is guarding. Do not deflect. If you deflect, you are forced into deflect animation, and one or two things can happen. He can 360 you and get back shots on you, which do way more damage than blocking with chip damage, and still get his ult off on you. Or, if you in the deflect animation, you cannot vanish. So he can ult, and you just gonna get hit. You can't do nothing about it. So, that's the best thing to do. Backpedal and swat. If he decides to Dragon Dash at you, great. Now he entered your playing field. Because the moment you see him Dragon Dashing towards you, you can immediately dash over and then you can start punching, and it goes back to a neutral of you trying to win an actual close-up fight to fight. But it's very dangerous when you find someone like Broly, because when Broly in his sparking, he has super armor. So unless you do a heavy attack immediately, which you can't because the first triangle after a swear for most people is that right there, the little freaking multi-kicks. You got to make sure you get 2 punches in before you can do that. Before Broly get the 1 punch in, right? But if you dodge them, you got back shots. Then if you got back shots, then you know you can easily get the two swears in with the triangle, right? Or when he does that and you dash forward, you just immediately press the triangle to stagger him. But yeah, other than that, there's really not that many ways to counter someone spamming Ki Blasts rather than just trying to make sure you stop them from even getting a chance to get sparking. Broly is hard to stop because, like I said, he can't be flinched. Other characters, you can throw a Ki Blast at them and stop their animation on transforming. Broly eats Ki Blasts. No matter who it is, Broly eats Ki Blasts. He has super armor. So, Broly one of the people you can't get away with something like that, right? And then you got to make sure you do a heavy attack to flinch Broly. So if even you Dragon Dash to Broly, you got to make sure you press square triangle immediately to stagger him. So it really is hard to fight against Broly stop Broly from transforming. It really is, right? And like I said, Ki Blasts, he's super armored him. Even charged up Ki Blast, he armored him. So you got to be really on it. Last but not least, just vanish. Vanish is ult. Again, if he getting close to you, make sure you blocking. Do not deflect. Just gotta sit there and take the chip damage. It sucks, but you gotta sit there and take the chip damage. The moment you use an unblockable ult, in the middle of his animation doing the unblockable ult, there's a video online. Look it up. In the middle of his animation, when he doing the little close-up phase, you can hold the block button and you will automatically vanish his ultimate. That only works if Broly is close to you. If Broly got like a distance away from like somewhere like right here or some crap, that strat won't work. You will have to try to time it. So yeah. And another strat that I didn't want to bring up, but I guess I'll bring it up just cause people say revenge counting the Ki Blast when someone Ki Blast spamming you. Yeah, you can do that. I don't like that strat because you use two skill gauges. And some people may be saying, well, you're gonna die anyway if you don't. True, unless you use other stuff I said in this video. But the thing about revenge counter is so easy to read, especially when someone do it from far away. So if they expecting you to revenge counter, or they see your character glow to do the revenge counter, they can easily perception you, and now you're playing their game still. You didn't get out of anything. It's very easy to counter revenge counter because of how the startup is in this game, right? In the way you glow. So as long as the person you're fighting is have a good reflex speed, I don't really recommend revenge counter like that. And then at that point too, you're now in a negative of resources where you come to your skill gauges, and Broly's still gonna get off his damage on you. So it's it's really you can do it, but I don't know if it's gonna change the match that much unless Broly just really low health already from you beating up on him. You can get a cheeky one-hit kill on him for doing it, okay? But yeah, best way to fight against Ki Blast spam from anybody, because again, it's not just for unblockable old people. Anybody doing this game, when you're in deflect animation, everybody ultimate becomes unblockable. So everybody can spam it, and plus, just spamming Ki Blast is the safe way in this game to not have to worry about people super counter and stuff all day. So most people just go sparking and spam Ki Blast is because it's chip damage. That's a free damage you get off on your opponent without having to worry about anything, right? Some people said do the Dragon Dash like this all day, but it drains your Ki so fast, you're not gonna be able to do this non-stop while he is sparking. Because most likely you only gonna have, in a normal match, you're only gonna have like 2 Ki bars in a normal match because y'all vanishing and stuff all day. So you're not gonna be able to do that. So yeah, that's the best option here. Unless you got Whis that can do the freaking infinite weaving, or Ultra Instinct as well. Infinite weaving, you stay in one spot. Yeah, there's not really much you can do about Ki Blast spam. Only thing I can say is wise words to give you guys. In a game with cheese, instead of complaining about cheese being in the game, your best option is to go with the cheese. Because high tier people, they're gonna do whatever it takes to win, and what gives them a higher success win rate, success to win. So if you can't beat them, join them. This game is a cheesy game, and cheesing gives you wins in this game. I used to be a person in the old games, like I play first person shooters and stuff. There are busted weapons and stuff, and busted strats you can use in certain games like Destiny and whatnot. I used to be one-on-ones playing the game and be complaining about, oh my god, it's broken, hurry up and patch this out the game, and they just won't patch it, or it takes them a long time to patch it, like a year later or some crap, and I'm just making myself frustrated at the game. Be the one that used the cheese just like the other person, and if you truly believe you're better at the game than them, then you should be able to still beat them in a neutral gameplay, and then when the cheese moment comes, you beat them because you're better at the cheese, because you're better at the game. So instead of complaining about the cheese, just join the cheese. If you play your favorite character, and your favorite character got less health than a fusion and stuff, you need to make sure you use the cheese strats, because they got more health, they do more damage, and they take less damage from you. So you need to make sure you're doing everything in your arsenal to win. If you gotta spam supers to hit to get their health down lower than you, then you gotta do that. If you gotta go sparking and spam Ki Blasts, you gotta do that. Because at the end of the day, just because you have honor to play a certain way for enjoyability doesn't mean your opponent has to play that way. Play the way you set in your head. That's just expectations, and that's just foolishness. Your opponent gonna do whatever it takes to win, so do the same thing. If you wanna have fun, play with your friends. In rank, they do whatever it takes, man. Bonus, I don't have them on me, but just a bonus information for you guys before I end the video. Run a character on your team that's part of meta is freaking any character that has full power charge. I believe Gohan has it, Super Saiyan Blue Vegito has it, Rosie has it from Universe 2. Reason why that move is a strat in this game now is because, like I said in this game, and I'll explain it right now before I end the video, this game is kind of like telegraphed. Whoever has the most Ki in a fight is going to win the fight. Because as you get higher in the echelon of skill in this game, Vanish Wars and Super Counters become the norm 24/7. And the only way to win those situations is to have more Ki than your opponent. And whenever you win on Vanish Wars, you get a free, depending on what character you're using, you get a free half health bar on your opponent. If you're using like someone like UI Goku them that can vanish even more, you're getting a whole health bar off your opponent from winning any Vanish War. So having more Ki than your opponent gives you that free damage against them easily. I just did 7,000 right there, right? So if you can always be popping full power charge, which does the animation so your opponent can't stop you from using it, you're gonna always have max 5 Ki bars, meaning you're gonna win every Vanish War against your opponent, and every time you win a Vanish War against your opponent, you get a free full health bar off your opponent, basically, right? Or damn near a full health bar. So because the game is telegraphed like that, people that keeps high Ki during their matches are high likely to win most of their matches, because if they win the Vanish War, they get the free extra damage in, and a full health bar off your opponent for free without them being able to vanish back is a W. Or you get a super attack off. You win the Vanish War early because they got only 2 bars, and you have fast Ki bars. The moment you win that, you got 3 Ki bars on. You do a super attack after that. Boom, that's a whole extra health bar off of them. So yeah, that's another part of the meta. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys always. Comment below some more strats down below if I missed any. Help people out that comes to the video and see the comment section. Let me know. And until next time, and let them know. Stay up.